Welcome back here to Up North at 4. Beth Jacobsen sitting down with us now. We're chatting about the Three Lakes Genealogical Society. There, I think I got it. I might have butchered it earlier in the show, but I think I nailed it that time. But Beth, just tell us a little bit about what this group is and what it is that you guys do.
Okay, well, we're just a group of people who are interested in studying our family history and researching our family history. And I'm fairly new to the group. This group's been involved in Three Lakes since 1999, actually, but they do a lot of really cool things. But their biggest goal is to teach others. There are people in this group who are very knowledgeable about researching genealogy, and they love to help people. And so our event coming up is all about that.
I guess, you know, when you begin looking back at someone's lineage, right, their history, where do you start with that, I guess? I don't even know like where I would begin.
Well, what they're teaching us, because I'm new to this too, is you start with yourself. And they prefer that you start with yourself and your immediate family, and then just branch out from there.
Nice. So what exactly would we learn from something like this? Like, what's the whole process with this?
Well, you can start in various different ways. The most common ones known, and what we're going to cover in our workshop, is using like online platforms like Ancestry.com, and then FamilySearch.org is the one through the Mormons. Because they're well known for having all the records and things like that. So I guess that's the easiest way to start. But I would really encourage people too to just interview their family members. You know, as people get older, it's really important to ask about their stories and their childhoods and things like that. And maybe even within your home, you have tons of information. I tend to be a collector, so that was easier for me. But you know, most people have birth records or death records or marriage licenses or church kinds of records and that kind of thing. But really, talking to your family is really, really important. And
you bringing that up, interviewing an older family member of yours, just brings back a very vivid memory that I had. I want to say I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and we had a school project. We had to go interview one of your older relatives, grandparent, whoever it may be. I remember sitting down and I spoke with my great-grandfather and just learned about his life experiences growing up in, you know, the 1920s, living through the Depression, World War II. And I think at the time I maybe didn't appreciate, you know, actually hearing his stories like I would now. And, you know, he's since passed away. But it's one of those things where I think as you kind of get older, the more that stuff kind of all, you know, it's just more interesting to learn, I think, right? Is that, have you noticed that as well?
Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, I was a 4th grade teacher, and so I taught Wisconsin history. So that was a unit I did actually for the kids to do some family history kinds of things and bring artifacts in to share with the class and that kind of thing. College, I had to do a family tree, you know, so that kind of piques people's interest, you know, kind of. But yeah, that interviewing. So now, what I would really encourage you to do, Nate, is to document that. You know, whatever you can remember from whatever that conversation took place, you know. So, like, my dad just recently passed away, but beforehand, you know, I would ask him questions periodically and that kind of thing, and then I'd go home and on my computer or write it down or whatever. So you just want to be able to save it because, yeah, later on you're going to want to know more about that, and then if you end up having a family, they may end up wanting to know more about that. And it's just, yeah, you're documenting history, but it's just family history.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so throughout my whole life, I feel like I've been talking to all my family members like, are you sure we're 100% Polish? I've never actually done a test like that. I know you could do take-at-home tests, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so how accurate are those tests?
Oh boy, I'm not the scientist, but I did one of those tests too because my mom was adopted.
Oh, wow.
And before she passed, nobody would talk to her about, you know, that whole, because it was back in the day when you just didn't talk about that. So me doing the DNA test, I found out some lineage, ethnic-wise, that I had no clue. I mean, I thought I was pretty much German and English maybe, and I'm Swedish and Finnish.
Oh, interesting. A little curveball getting tossed.
A little bit.
And you were mentioning too, the group is holding some workshops as well for anybody who's interested to kind of learn more about this, right?
Yes. So on July 14th at 6 o'clock p.m. and at July 19th at 9:30 a.m. we're holding a beginning genealogy workshop, and both of them are the same. So if you're going to attend, you don't necessarily have to attend both of them. And they're about 2.5 hours long. It's going to be at the Demmer Library in Three Lakes, Wisconsin, and is presented by the Three Lakes Genealogical Society. We would like you to pre-register just because space is limited at the library, and you can just call the library. I don't know if you want me to give the phone number now or later.
Maybe later, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But we have a presenter who's going to go through the Ancestry and the Family Search websites.
Perfect.
We're going to show people what the Demmer offers. At the Demmer, they actually have a local history room.
Awesome.
And so that's where people who are interested in genealogy can go, and we will show participants all the resources available there as well.
Well, Beth, we appreciate you taking the time. This sounds fascinating, and I'm sure we'll be chatting more. But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break here on Up North at 4. Stick with us. Okay.